Hey, last night I was on a bus and it was like standing room only, and his dad's on there, right? And he's with his son, and his son's like 4 or 5 years old or something like that. He has no shoes on, but the boy is standing. It's not like the dad's holding him or anything. The little boy is standing with no shoes on. Do you know how badly I wanted to step on that kid's foot? And when the kid started crying, I wanted the dad to say something to me. And then when the dad said something to me, I wanted to be like, well, he should have shoes on. What's good? Come at me, bro. But that's besides the point. Well, today what we're going to talk about is Hunger Games. So I'm just going to tell you what I saw through my eyes. Might have some spoilers, but you know what? I don't care because chances are if you're going to go see it, you've read the book and you know what's going to happen already. So I don't want to hear it. Let's just get this thing started. So the movie starts out and it tells you about what the Hunger Games are and districts and crap like that, whatever the fray. And so then it talks about like I don't remember. Anyway, then it cuts to like this town, and this town looks all sad. No one's happy in there. No one looks, you know, no one has a smile on their face. Everyone just looks like this. And this little girl screaming, ah, ah, and the sister comes in. Her name is Katniss. Katniss. These names in this movie. Katniss, Primrose, Gale. Gale is normal, if you're a girl, but Gale was a guy. Peeta? I thought they were saying Peter at first, but no, then I heard it was Peeta. 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 Like the bread. Oh. So Katniss comes into the room with her sister, right? And she's like, oh, you're just having a bad dream, blah, 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 yada, yada. And basically what happens is they're going to go to this thing called the Reaping, and that's when they pick a boy and a girl from each district. There are 12 districts, and they're going to go to this thing called the Reaping, and they're going to pick a boy and a girl from each district. And they're all going to fight to the death, literally. So the last one standing, I think, gets to move to this place called the Capitol, which is where all the rich, fancy people live. And so them and their family will get to move to the Capitol. Only one can win, so everyone else has to die. And it's broadcast on TV. It's like a sport. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. I hate it. Anyway, on this particular day, it is Primrose, which is Katniss' sister. Primrose's first time going to a reaping, and she's super scared. So they go to the reaping, and of course, this chick, this pink lady, I don't know what her name is, this pink lady, she's all in pink and she has bad makeup on. She comes up and she goes, welcome to the Hunger Games, ooh. And I'm just like, what? So anyway, so she goes to the thing, she goes, alright, cool, it's time to pick out, you know, people. So she goes to the little thing and she picks out the name for the girls and she goes, Primrose Everdeen. And Prim is like she can't believe it. So she's starting to walk, and then Katniss steps up and she goes, no, no, I volunteer as tribute. Prim was like, no, don't do that. She was like, don't do that. Don't do that. They're like, alright, cool, come on up here, Katniss. So she came up and she goes, you know, she comes up and then the pink lady, she picks another name, and it's some dude. It's Peeta. It's Peeta. Peeta. Like the bread, Peeta. So she picks up Peeta, and so then they go on this train, and this train's really nice. They got some food on there. Listen, if this is what it's all about, I'm about ready to go to the Hunger Games. I'm hungry. I want some of that food that was on that train. It looked delicious to me. Back to the story. Katniss is sitting in this room, right? And out of nowhere, here comes Lenny Kravitz, and he's all like, I'm your stylist, I'm gonna help you look good, you're gonna get some sponsors and crap, blah, 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 blah. And so she was like, okay. They have like this little parade for all the people going to be playing in the game, so they have like this little parade thing or whatever, showing them off to all the people in the Capitol. And so they all come in on these chairs. So of course Katniss and Peeta are in 12, and they're the last ones. So they come in, right? They got these flames flowing from their back. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty legit. That was pretty legit. So they got these flames and stuff, and I'm just like, oh snap, wow, that was actually kind of cool. But at this point, I'm still not interested in the movie. I still don't care. And then they go into training, and they're training, and they start, you know, panning the camera into different directions at different people. And there's this one girl named Rue, and she's cute and adorable. And I already knew she was gonna die. Of course she is. Of course she's gonna die. She has to. She's cute, she's adorable. They want the audience to cry and feel bad. So when she dies, they're just like, "Aw." So I called it spot on. The moment the camera went to her face, I was like, she's gonna die. She's dead. She is dead. So the game starts, and they're sitting in these tubes, and they stand up, and the tubes rise up, and they're like, boom. And then they're there, and then they're like, all right, go. Immediately, this guy comes out of nowhere, and he's just slashing, just killing people off. Just if it were me, I would have ran as far as possible and hid for the entire game. But that would be impossible because these people who are in charge of the game are like watching you. There's cameras everywhere, so they're watching you too. They know what you're doing. They know if you're hiding or not. And they can like set up stuff to make you like get hurt. What kind of game is this? What kind of Olympics? In what world? At this point, 12 cannons have gone off, 12 people have died. And then more stuff happens. These killer bees come out of nowhere. Alright, they don't come out of nowhere, but they fall from a tree because Katniss cut the branch down. And then they kill somebody. And I was like, oh, that's funny. And then Rue dies, finally. So she dies. And then there's 4 people left. And it's Katniss, Peeta, white guy, black guy. And so the black guy dies because the people who are in charge of the game send out these like devil dogs. And so these devil dogs are like... So they eat him, I guess. And then the white guy, Peeta, and Katniss are on top of this roof thing. And they're fighting to the death and stuff. And so finally, white guy just falls off the roof. He doesn't just fall, but he falls off the roof. And he gets eaten by the dogs. And then Katniss shoots him with an arrow. She's like, now what? So then there's 2 people left, and it's Peeta and Katniss. And so Peeta was like, one of us has to win, so you can kill me. And she's like, nah, I'm good. So she gave him these berries, these poisonous berries. And she goes, I'll eat these, you eat those, we'll both die. It's fine. So as they were going to, the people come over the loudspeaker and they're like, stop, stop, no, don't stop that. Stop it right now. Stop it. Stop. And then they're like, you guys both win, it's fine. And then that was the end of it. So then there's going to be a second movie that I'm not going to go see because I hated this one. So, alright, I didn't really hate it, but I didn't really like it either. So, yeah, that's about that. And, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it was helpful. If you like The Hunger Games, go see it. If you've never seen, like read the book or anything, still go see it. You might like it, who knows? I really didn't like it though, so thanks Richard, thanks. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, home dogs.